Those were in other heavens. But we'll talk about that later. Everything is from the waters. Let there be light, and then there's light. He made it all from what you call the matters. Flip that W around. When you're looking down at the waters, you see things kind of backwards. And he's looking at the waters, maybe a reflection of an image of himself. And he makes God man in his own image. And he is the image he makes. But he was a spirit, and he is a body. Embodied in the matter. So, you'll see these words come up. But all is from the mother, the matter. Look at the matters. Oh wow, matter. I have a matter body. Look what matters, including energy, the energy that generates things is matter. It's a different type of matter. And scientists even know that matter and energy are really one thing, interchanging back and forth, they say. But we'll talk about that later. But he looks upon the face of the deep and he sees the waters. All are clean. I'm just going to cut to the chase, folks. All is clean. Do you know why they wash the dust from their feet? Because the dust is holy, and man is made of the dust. And we walk along it like we are the souls, the sons, the S-O-L-S. And we use the soles of our feet, and we walk on their soles. And that is the dust. And we are made of it. And it is all one thing. You don't want to know that still? Dust thou art, and dust thou shalt return. We wash the dust off our feet. Jesus washes dust off their feet. Also to say, I am below. See, I'm not just above. I am above and below on earth as it is in heaven. But this dust is holy. So wherever you walk is sacred. You use the word sacred, by the way. Sack red. You're not going to sack the red to be a blue blood. You're going to take a breath of air, the oxygen, the 8-pointed star, like the star of Melchizedek. Blue is very spiritual. But we're not going to be blue bloods now. We're going to be red like Adam. We are ready. We are ruddy like David. And we're red like Jacob, who became Israel. So, the Jews wash. And that is fine. They do this, but I don't know if they know. Although they bow down to the wall, which they have called the law now, and put their face in the dust to remind them that the dust is holy. Who thought the dust was not holy? In the Quran, it was Iblis, which you call Satan, who did not want to bow, for he's not like the Tao. The D and the B, the bow. And all the angels bowed to the dust and Adam. Now you said, Mormons, we were all angels before we were born here. In that other estate, in that other house, that other man, Zion, that mansion. My Father's house has many mansions. Mentions? Some people call it mentions, like dimensions of mention. Fine. You can mention whatever you want. It's still a mansion. The word man is in it. Man. Mono. Hand. Man. These are my hands. Like his workers. But he loves it. So he would be a worker too. So, Christ, the Word, was born in the flesh. A light shineth in the darkness. In outer darkness here. But the darkness comprehended it not, because it thought it was the light instead. So you see two lights, the Lucifer light, and there is a light, but it is the one life. And that's why Jesus again said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. But the life is one, and that is the true light. And that is the soul light that is. And everyone, S-O-L, soul, the sun, the glory of the sun, the celestial, and everybody who is truly going to be the celestial, and everybody will eventually, and I know you can't stand that. We'll talk about that later, you 1/3. Is the kingdom of the soul. All we are souls of God, the one soul heir, that is the Father, that is every son. All sons make sons. Some fathers do not. Although they are sons, and they can. But I can tell you, every one of you had a father that was a son, an S-O-L, a soul. That is called, what some people in some religions, the solar sect, as opposed to the lunar sect, which is the moon. Now the moon is a reflection of that soul. The light of the moon. It is a reflection of it. And that is kind of an illusion. In fact, it is. What does it stop you from knowing? It is an illusion, but it does not tell you the light is within, the kingdom of heaven is within, and enlighten, that in light is when you know that one life and your whole body is filled with light. For now you see everyone and you say, I am that I am. Even if you do not think you are thinking the same thoughts, you know the truth and you are not blinded by the illusion anymore. So, we have that trio, the tree of knowledge, which some people seek to exalt themselves over. So he said, cherubim and flaming sword around the tree of life. You are not going to partake of the tree of knowledge and try to make yourselves gods instead. You are not going to try to make yourself immortal in place of eternal life. For immortality is as well, but does not take the place of that which is eternal. Eternal, spell turn, T-U-R-N. E means not. It's a prefix that means not. Eternal. All is turning, but nothing is turned. All is turning, but it does not turn. For all is turning, and nothing is burnt. All is burning, but nothing is burnt. Welcome to the burning bush. The bush is ever burning, but is never burnt. It does not try to get out of the fire. The Spirit of God is like a fire burning. The fire you see here is like the fire, but not. So, take a deep breath. Notice that we all breathe the same air. Now, who is going to be the heir of the kingdom? We all share. I want to tell you, shh, about the share. Some people want to shh about the share. Don't tell them about the air. And I'll talk about that later, but we really don't share. But yes, we all breathe the same air, and we are that air. All of us are heirs of the kingdom, the one soul of God. Just because the many, do you see the word man in many? Well, you add an ly or a y at the end of a word. It is what the man does. God, you say, is a glorified and perfected man. Well, man does many things. Many? M-E-N? Mental? Have you gone mental? Why don't you go back to the mantle and put it on, please, you Saturday's warrior? All is man. One glorified and perfected man that you are, and all are that man. And man does the many thing, the many thing. And you are a mansion in the house of God, a man that is Zion in the house of God's Zion. So, we're in outer darkness, do not panic. That is where we go to heal it. The wheel is flat. We don't make it a tire. Every time you put on a tire, you're rubbing against that which is not turning. Who's trying to take the place of the E-turn, the not turn? Is that you, Lucifer? I don't know. But someone is trying not to turn and trying to be the top and is trying to make a pyramid and exalt himself as the speck star on top of the 99.99999 with a line, wow, you thirds. So, imagine, if you will, the will of God. It turns so easy. My burden is easy. I turn all the time. I am immortal. Almost like the phoenix. I'm not afraid of my ashes. By the way, the phonics, listen to the sound. I'm like the butterfly, not the moth, who seeks the light that is white and doesn't see the one sun, and is not afraid to touch the lowers, the flowers. Okay? The hours of the day, whatever you say. Words are there. Listen to the message. All is word. Some people say it's either word or apple. Whatever. The Macintosh, the macrocosm, or the micro. Michael, are you an atom? Well, Mac is son of. Son of? Yes, like MacDonald, son of Donald. Who's the son and who's the father now, Michael? Myco is micro. It's also a microphone. And God, yes. But it is micro like an atom. And you have the macro. But the macro and the micro are the